You know that one person who never asks for respect yet always receives it? Who never begs for attention yet instantly commands it? Who never tries to prove their worth yet everyone assumes they're invaluable? What do they have that you don't? It's not money. I've seen people who are broke wield this power. It's not looks. I've seen average-looking people mesmerize entire rooms. It's not even intelligence, because some of the smartest people I know are completely ignored. What they possess is invisible, but it's so powerful it shapes every interaction they have. Here's what shocked me. This secret has been hiding in plain sight for over 500 years. Machiavelli wrote about it. The world's most influential people use it daily. Yet 99% of people will go their whole lives never realizing it exists. Today I'm going to reveal this hidden trait and show you exactly how to develop it starting right now. But here's my warning. Once you see this, you cannot unsee it. You'll begin to notice who has real power and who's just pretending. You'll finally understand why some people get everything they want, while others get nothing. Now, before we dive in, drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose to become the hidden force that shapes reality. Ready? Let's uncover Machiavelli's most dangerous secret. 1. The discovery of invisible power. Your whole life you've been lied to. You were told power comes from being loud, aggressive, or demanding. But that's not real power. That's fake power, the weapon of the weak who are desperate for control. True power is silent. It works in the shadows. It influences without ever being noticed. Think of the most powerful person you personally know. Not celebrities. Not politicians. Someone you've actually met. Do they scream for attention? Do they brag about their achievements? Do they dominate every conversation? I bet they don't. They have something else. Something magnetic. Something that earns respect without ever asking for it. I call this invisible dominance. The most unfair advantage a human being can possess. While others compete for attention, you'll command it. While they fight to be heard, people will hang on your every word. While they struggle to be taken seriously, you'll be respected instantly. And here's the most devastating part. Nobody will even realize what you're doing. See, average people broadcast everything. Their emotions, thoughts, plans, even their weaknesses. They walk around like open books, advertising vulnerabilities for anyone to exploit. Invisible dominance works differently. It keeps people guessing. It makes others chase your approval. It creates an aura of mystery that pulls them in, while keeping you in complete control. Machiavelli once wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you truly are." That's the essence of invisible dominance, controlling what people see, while keeping your real power hidden. Because true influence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the unseen force that no one notices, until it's too late to resist. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Mystery is my strength. My silence is my weapon. 2. Why predictable people always lose. Here's a belief that's probably killing your influence right now. You think being open and transparent makes you trustworthy, but in reality it makes you controllable. When people can read your every emotion, predict your every reaction, and know exactly how you'll respond, you're not free. You're their puppet. If everyone around you knows what you think, feel, and plan at all times, you have no power. That's not authenticity. That's weakness disguised as honesty. Now think about those who always seem to get what they want. Do they reveal all their business? Do they react emotionally to every situation? Do they explain themselves to everyone who asks? Never. They keep their cards close. They reveal information with intention, not emotion. They understand that predictability is the enemy of power, because the moment someone knows how you'll react, they can control you. If they know criticism triggers you, they'll use it. If they know praise excites you, they'll manipulate you with flattery. If they know your buttons, they'll press them whenever it suits them. Machiavelli once said, "The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him." And here's the truth. You can measure someone's power by how much they keep hidden. Smart people treat information like gold. Weak people give it away for free, then wonder why they're ignored, manipulated, or discarded. Every time you overshare, you lose leverage. Every time you overreact, you lose respect. Every time you over-explain, you lose authority. The goal isn't to be mysterious for no reason. It's to be strategic about what you reveal, when you reveal it, and to whom, because information is currency. And every word you give away is power you'll never get back. Being unreadable isn't being fake, it's being smart. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am unreadable, unpredictable, and unstoppable. 3. The silent observer's secret weapon. Here's a truth that will change every conversation you have. The person asking the questions controls the conversation, never the one answering them. Most people believe the opposite. They think talking more equals contributing more. They panic at silence, rushing to fill it, because quiet makes them uncomfortable. But that's their mistake and your advantage. While they're talking, you're learning. While they're revealing strategies, you're discovering weaknesses. While they're performing, you're collecting intelligence. This is the power of silent observation. It gives you a kind of superpower. You begin noticing what others miss completely. You catch the topics that make people squirm. You spot the words that trigger sharp reactions. You see the lies, the insecurities, the hidden agendas. And the best part? People hand you this information for free because they can't stop exposing themselves while everyone else is busy talking. They don't even realize what they're revealing. But here's the smart part. This isn't about being antisocial. You're still engaged. You're still contributing. But you do it with precision, not impulse. You ask thoughtful questions that make people reveal more than they intended. You make sharp observations that prove you're truly listening. You contribute insights at the exact moment they'll have the greatest impact. But here's what you don't do. You don't volunteer personal information. You don't fill awkward silences with nervous chatter. You don't feel compelled to voice an opinion on everything. Machiavelli once said, "Since love and fear can hardly exist together, if we must choose between them, it is far safer to be feared than loved." Here's what he really meant. When people can't read you, they don't know whether to love you, fear you, or respect you. So they do all three. Every conversation becomes a game, and you're always ahead. Why? Because you're the only one playing strategically. While everyone else just reacts, people start seeking your advice because you truly listen. They trust your judgment because you don't rush to conclusions. They value your opinions because you don't waste them. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I speak with purpose, listen with power, and observe with advantage. 4. The scarcity power move. Here's a law of human psychology most people break every day. Scarcity creates value. Availability destroys it. If you're always there for everyone, you become background noise. If you say yes to every request, your agreement becomes meaningless. If you respond to every message instantly, people stop appreciating your attention. You train the world to take you for granted. But when you become selectively available, something shifts. Your presence becomes significant. Your attention becomes valuable. Your time becomes precious. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human nature. People value what's rare and overlook what's common. Think about it. Gold is valuable because it's rare. Diamonds are precious because they're scarce. Masterpieces are priceless because they're unique. Your attention should work the same way. When you make yourself strategically scarce, people start working to earn your time instead of expecting it. Your presence becomes an event, not a given. Your opinions carry weight because they're not handed out carelessly. Machiavelli once said, "Men in general judge more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see but few can feel." Most people will judge your value by how easily they can access you. Make yourself too available, and they'll assume you're not valuable. How does this look in practice? You don't answer every call immediately. You respond on your terms. You don't accept every invitation. You choose the ones worth your time. You don't drop everything when someone demands your attention. You give it when you decide it matters. This forces people to earn your attention through respect, instead of expecting it out of entitlement. Your engagement becomes a privilege, not a right. When you do show up, people notice. When you do contribute, it carries weight. When you do engage, everyone listens. Your scarcity becomes your strength. Your selectivity becomes your power. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My time is precious. My presence is powerful. 5. Strategic presence mastery. Most people think being present means showing up everywhere, joining every conversation, and having an opinion about everything. They attend every event. They involve themselves in every decision. They spread themselves thin, believing more presence equals more influence. They're wrong. Strategic presence isn't about being everywhere. It's about being in the right place, at the right moment, with perfect timing. When you master this, you don't just attend events. You become the event. Here's the difference. Random presence makes you forgettable. Strategic presence makes you unforgettable. Instead of forcing yourself into every discussion, you choose the ones that matter. Instead of attending every gathering, you appear where your presence shifts the energy. Instead of speaking constantly, you speak when your words will echo. This requires discipline. It means saying no to good opportunities so you can dominate the great ones. It means missing certain moments so that the moments you choose become legendary. Machiavelli once wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." Strategic presence is knowing when to be the fox and when to be the lion. Sometimes the smartest move is invisibility, quietly watching and learning. Other times the right move is stepping forward, commanding the room. Power lies in reading situations with precision and responding with intention. When you enter strategically, the energy shifts. When you speak strategically, your words linger long after. When you act strategically, results follow. But when you're everywhere, you blend into the scenery. When you talk endlessly, your words lose their meaning. When you react to everything, people stop taking you seriously. Strategic presence also means knowing when to leave. The person who exits at the right moment leaves the strongest impression. You want people wishing you'd stayed longer, never wondering when you'll finally leave. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose my moments. I control my presence. 6. Emotional control mastery. Every single day, people try to manipulate you. They use praise to lower your guard. They use criticism to make you defensive. They use pressure to rush your decisions. They use flattery to make you careless. If you react emotionally to these tactics, they win and you lose. Emotional control isn't about being emotionless. It's about feeling everything but responding only when it serves your goals. When someone insults you, feel the anger, but don't show it unless showing it gives you an advantage. When someone flatters you, enjoy the praise, but never become addicted to their validation. When someone pressures you, acknowledge their urgency, but don't let it rush you into bad decisions. Your emotions are information, not instructions. Most people confuse being authentic with being reactive. They think expressing every feeling instantly makes them honest. But in reality, it makes them weak, predictable, and easy to control. Machiavelli once said, "Whoever wishes to foresee the future must consult the past." For human events always resemble those of preceding times. The pattern never changes. And the pattern is this: emotional people get controlled. Controlled people stay powerful. Here's what that looks like in real life. Someone tries to make you angry, so you'll say something they can use against you later. Instead of taking the bait, you pause, think, and respond strategically or not at all. Someone creates false urgency to force you into a poor decision. Instead of panicking, you slow down, ignore their timeline, and make the right choice. Someone uses guilt or fear to manipulate you. Instead of caving, you recognize the tactic, assess your real options, and choose what serves your interests. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you powerful. When chaos erupts and you remain calm, people look to you for leadership. When others panic and you stay rational, people trust your judgment. When emotions run high and you maintain control, you become the solution. The power of strategic silence. Silence is the most powerful weapon. Most people never use because they're terrified of it. They think silence means they're not contributing. They think quiet moments are awkward and must be filled. They think if they're not talking, they're not valuable. All wrong. Strategic silence is more powerful than any words you could speak. It gives others space to reveal their real thoughts. It builds tension that makes your words carry 10 times more weight. It shows confidence no amount of talking could ever match. But understand this. There's a difference between awkward silence and strategic silence. Random quiet makes you look uncomfortable. Strategic silence makes you look powerful and in control. So, when should you use this weapon? After making a key point, pause. Let it sink in. Don't rush to explain or justify. When someone asks a loaded question meant to trap you, pause, think, respond. On your terms. When tensions are high and everyone is talking over each other, your silence will make you the most noticeable person in the room. When someone pressures you for an immediate decision, silence buys you time and often makes them reveal their true motives. Machiavelli once said, "Never was anything great achieved without danger." Strategic silence is dangerous because it gives you an advantage others don't expect, and it requires a courage most people don't have. But here's the beautiful part. Most people are so uncomfortable with silence that they'll fill it themselves. They'll reveal weaknesses. They'll expose strategies. They'll give away negotiating positions just to escape a few seconds of quiet. That's pure gold for you. While they're nervously talking, you're learning. While they're revealing information, you're calculating. While they're getting weaker, you're getting stronger. Silence also makes your attention more valuable. If people know you won't react to everything, they'll think harder about what they say to you. And when you finally do speak, your words land like a hammer. People lean in. They listen. They remember. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence speaks volumes. My words carry weight. My presence commands respect. 8. Never reveal everything you can do. Here's a mistake that destroys more opportunities than people realize. Showing all your capabilities immediately. People think if they reveal everything they can do, they'll build instant credibility. They think proving their full potential will make others value them. They think total transparency equals trust. But this approach kills your power. When you show all your cards up front, you eliminate mystery, destroy intrigue, and hand people everything they need to counter you. You become predictable, and predictable means controllable. Smart people know better. They reveal their capabilities strategically, piece by piece, always keeping something in reserve. They understand that mystery maintains power, while full disclosure destroys it. This applies to everything. Your skills, your resources, your knowledge, your connections. Never show your full hand in the first interaction. Never display your complete skill set unless the situation demands it. Never dump everything you know just to impress. Give people enough to stay interested, but never enough to think they fully understand your potential. Machiavelli once said, "He who neglects what is done for what ought to be done sooner brings about his ruin than his preservation." Most people believe they should be completely open about their abilities, but that destroys their strategic position. Keeping capabilities hidden serves multiple purposes. It allows you to surprise people when they underestimate you. It gives you flexibility to adapt to new information. It prevents others from developing countermeasures to your strengths. It creates ongoing curiosity that keeps people engaged. And let's be clear, you're not being deceptive. You're being selective. You answer questions honestly, but you don't volunteer unnecessary information. You demonstrate competence, but you don't reveal your entire arsenal unless you have to. This works everywhere. Business, relationships, negotiations, leadership. Others can't copy what they don't know about. People can't take you for granted when they're still discovering your capabilities. You can't be manipulated with information you've never revealed. Your hidden skills become secret weapons. Your concealed knowledge becomes strategic advantage. Your unrevealed resources become insurance policies. People respect what they can see, but they're fascinated by what they can't. And fascination creates influence. Influence creates power. 9. Creating uncertainty that works for you. Here's a psychological principle that gives you massive leverage. People make mistakes when they're uncertain. Powerful people create uncertainty in others while remaining certain themselves. When people can't predict your next move, they start questioning their own. When they can't read your intentions, they become cautious. When they don't know where they stand with you, they work harder to earn your approval. This isn't about being difficult. It's about understanding a truth of human nature. Certainty makes people lazy. Uncertainty keeps them sharp. Think about it. When someone is completely predictable, others stop trying. There's no challenge, no mystery, no reason to invest effort. But introduce strategic uncertainty. Keep people guessing in positive, intentional ways, and the dynamic stays alive and engaging. This applies everywhere. If people always know how you'll react, they'll stop respecting your reactions. If they can predict your every response, they'll manipulate them. Machiavelli once wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." But here's the deeper truth. It's even better to be unpredictable than feared or loved, because unpredictable people are respected. How do you create productive uncertainty? Sometimes respond quickly. Sometimes take your time, not random, strategic. Sometimes be warm. Sometimes be cooler. People value warmth more when it's not guaranteed. Don't always be available when expected. Your genuine priorities come first. Sometimes decide instantly when the information is clear. Other times delay when patience serves you. The goal isn't to create stress. It's to create curiosity. Uncertainty should spark interest, not anxiety. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am predictable in my values, unpredictable in my methods. 10. Becoming the hidden force. Now comes the real work, actually becoming someone who lives with invisible dominance instead of just understanding it. This transformation isn't about changing who you are. It's about upgrading your strategy. You're not becoming someone else, you're becoming the most powerful version of yourself. First, eliminate 3 habits sabotaging your influence. Eliminate the need for constant validation. Stop chasing approval. Your worth isn't defined by others. Needing validation makes you weak and predictable. Eliminate the urge to over-explain. You don't owe everyone a justification. Boundaries need no apology. No is enough. Eliminate emotional reactivity. Feel your emotions, process them privately, then respond strategically. Your first impulse is rarely your best move. Machiavelli once said, "The best fortress which a prince can possess is the affection of the people." But your greatest fortress is self-control, because no one can manipulate what they can't predict. Now build these new habits. Always pause before responding to anything important. It makes your response smarter and heavier with meaning. Ask questions instead of just making statements. Questions give you control and information. Statements give away position. Be selectively available. Make your time earned, not expected. Speak with precision. Every word should serve a purpose. No fillers. No wasted explanations. The goal? To influence situations without anyone realizing how much control you actually have. You want to be the one people turn to for leadership without you demanding it. The one whose opinion carries weight without you arguing for it. The one whose presence shifts the room without you announcing yourself. That's invisible dominance in action. Maximum influence with minimum effort. Maximum respect with minimum drama. Maximum power with minimum resistance. Here's what to remember. True power works in shadows. Fake power performs in spotlights. While others fight for attention, you'll build real influence. While they demand respect through noise, you'll earn it through strategy. While they try to control people through force, you'll control situations through invisible dominance. This isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop. Not personality, but strategy. And like any skill, it grows stronger every time you use it. Every conversation is a chance to listen more and reveal less. Every decision is a chance to act strategically instead of emotionally. Every interaction is a chance to practice the art of being unreadable. Start today. Start with your next conversation. Instead of trying to impress, focus on understanding. Instead of filling silence, use it strategically. Instead of reacting, control your energy. Most people will never learn this. They're too busy chasing attention to realize the most. Powerful people work in the shadows. Remember this, the most dangerous person in any situation is the one everyone underestimates because they can't read them, predict them. Drop this final affirmation in the comments. I am the hidden force that shapes my reality through invisible dominance and strategic action. Now go, become unstoppable.